It's all about you, my baby. It's all about you. It's all about you, my baby. It's all about you.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Ashley Charnay, and I'm back again with another video. Today's video is going to be a story time. This video has been being requested. Hold up, let me get myself together. Ooh, it's supposed to be a sexy shirt. It's supposed to come down, chat. Don't mind my bro. Anywho, so yeah, today's video has been pretty requested from a lot of my friends and a lot of the people that follow me on Snapchat. Today's video is going to be about the time that I found out that I was a side chick and I got the ultimate revenge. Now, before I start this story, I'm gonna give a really quick disclaimer. I do not promote, I don't wanna give the story away. I would just say this, okay? I was living my best life, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. Then y'all just gonna figure it out at the end. But before I continue with this video, please make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and also be sure to turn on your notification bell, because I do know sometimes YouTube be tripping around a little bit and they'll be notifying people when I be posting my videos and whatnot, even though, you know, I haven't been consistent like I said I was gonna be in the beginning of this year. But you know what, I'm trying. So when I be uploading, I be wanting y'all to know. So yeah, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. And if you guys have any questions about my hair, the video should be up on my channel right now. This is my 360 lace wig from Premium Lace Wigs. So yeah, make sure you guys hit the description box, hit the link in the description box below, and all of the information on this wig will be listed below. And so yeah, on to the story. So I met this guy back in, I want to say I met him I believe about a week or two either before Christmas or before New Year's of 2015. So I had been going through a lot of shit in 2015, especially the end of 2015. You know, y'all know the story. It's on my channel, the stillborn awareness story. So yeah, I have been going through a lot of shit with my baby daddy, you know, and just, you know, depression, all this other stuff. So I was just, you know, ready to get my mind off this shit. So I ended up meeting this guy, and he was from out of town. This guy was originally from, I don't want to say, okay, he was originally from Missouri. He's originally from Missouri, but he resided in a different state. I'm not going to say what state, yeah. So anyway, I met this guy or whatever, and so we exchanged information, we exchanged social medias. He actually ended up following me on Twitter, and I believe what sparked up like a real conversation was I believe I tweeted something along the lines of, I want to date a frat boy, or I'm gonna marry a frat boy, or something along those lines. And basically he took the bait. Like, hello, that was the whole reason for me tweeting that, was for me to get some attention, and he took the bait. So I tweeted that. He ended up DMing me, and he's like, oh, I see your tweet. Oh, you want to marry a frat boy? Like, I'm a Q, yada, 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 right? So that's actually what I'm going to name him in this story. I'm going to be naming him Q. That is not his real name, but he is a Q. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be calling him. So I met this guy. We had been talking for, you know, a while. You know, the relationship kind of started to get pretty intense. Like, it kind of started to take off, and it took off pretty quickly. You know, we were talking about visiting each other, coming to see each other. And so yeah, so me and this guy, we would talk all day, every day, like literally all day, every day. And so I never really thought, actually, you know what, I take that back. We would talk all day, every day, up until maybe about, I want to say like 9 o'clock my time, which is 11, which would have been 11 o'clock his time. Now, I'm not going to say what state he lived in, but he did not live in California, and I live in LA. So he was 2 hours ahead of me. So I never really thought anything of it because of the simple fact that it would be about 11 o'clock his time, and I'm just like, whatever, maybe the nigga sleep, I don't know, whatever. So yeah, so the relationship had been going really good. Like, I really liked this guy. He was so sexy. Like, even to this day, he is so sexy. Like, he is like the perfect brown skin color. He's a cute, like, I mean, anybody that knows me knows that I've always wanted, you know, a piece of a little cute daddy or whatever. Ever since I was in high school, like, that was just my shit. Like, I'm always just like, no, I want to date a Q. I don't want to date no Kappa. I don't want to date no Alpha. I don't want to date whatever the blue ones is called. Don't read me because I don't know. But I don't want, you know, I wanted me a Q. So when I finally got one and he had a beard, he was educated. He was a little bit older than me. Not that big of an age difference. I don't really care about age as long as you're not younger than me, and as long as you're not like 80 years old. Like, I don't, you know, whatever. So anywho, he was just so fine, so sexy. So I kind of started to like fall for him. Like, he would be there, he would talk to me, he would let me vent to him about things. We've had conversations, and I told him stuff that I don't really open up to other people about and talk to other people about, but I felt comfortable enough to be able to come to him and have those type of conversations with him. So I would say about maybe a year later, he had been having some complications with some stuff going on in his personal life. So, you know, what happened? Okay, so basically, he would have a little bit more free time to talk to me. So, you know, one day, I believe it was the day after his birthday, and the day of his birthday, I had went out to go buy him a gift. And I was gonna send him the gift, and the gift that I bought him, I probably still have it somewhere, but the gift that I bought him a necklace. I bought him a gold chain, and it had the first letter of his initial, or his initial, the initial of his first name, and it had his last name engraved on the back. So I had let him know, like, oh, I got you a gift, you know, happy birthday, babe, blah, 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 blah. So at this point, he was like, oh, no, don't send me, like, you shouldn't have gotten me a gift. So, you know, I'm kind of taking it as, like, you know, he trying to be humble or whatever. He like, oh, no, babe, you didn't have to do that. But, you know, not knowing that it was like other reasons why he didn't want me to give it to him. So I ended up asking him for his address. Every time I would ask him for his address, he would kind of like dance around the question. So like I said, at this point, it's not really registering to me. So he ends up saying, oh, I'm not going to be in the state that he lived in. I'm not going to be there for my birthday. I'm going to be in the state that he was born in. I'm gonna be here for my birthday. So I'm like, he's like, so just send it to my mom's house. And I'm like, send it to your mom's house? Like, no, I don't want to send it to your mom's house. I want to send it to your house. So at this point, I'm starting to kind of like realize, like, okay, why am I not able to send it to your house? So that was that. He was in his state for his birthday. I kind of like left him alone for that weekend so he can have fun with his friends, do whatever. We talked a couple times here and there, and then that was that. So then the next day, and I believe, no, 2 days later, and I had returned back to work at this time, and I texted him, you know, our regular, good morning, babe, have a good day, yada, yada, yada. So I get a reply back that says, I have a girlfriend, I'm sorry.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
So I'm like, okay, is he trying to be funny? Like, is he fucking with me? I'm like, no, he gotta be fucking with me. He's fucking with me. So I replied back, no, it took me a while to reply back. And I remember this because it was about maybe 6:30 in the morning when I first got that text. I got to work at 7 or around that time because bitch be late. I got to work like around 7, and I ended up going through his Twitter before I replied back. I don't know what made me or what told me to go through his Twitter, but I went through his Twitter and I looked through his tweets, and the last tweet was today everything unfolds. So I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on? So I replied back and I'm like, what are you talking about? And he replies back, or the person replies back and says, this is his girlfriend. Who is this? So I'm like, his girlfriend. What girlfriend? I'm his girlfriend. Like, not saying that, you know, we made it official or anything like that, because like we hadn't made it official and I wasn't really pressed to make it official really, but you know, it was what it was. It just kind of like, we were talking, we had good conversation. Like, that was my boo. Like, you know, like that was my future baby daddy. That was my man. Or so I thought. And so the person, I believe the person, I asked, because when they asked me who I was, I'm like, well, who is this? Like, his girlfriend? Like, what do you mean his girlfriend? And she goes on to say, so at this point, I know now that it's her that's talking to me. She goes on to say that she's his girlfriend, and he had been living, or that they live together in this state. And so I'm just like, first of all, he lives with you. This whole entire time, he told me that he lived with his uncle, and I believed it. I never seen his uncle. Whenever we would FaceTime, whenever we would be talking on the phone, I didn't hear no uncle in the background. I didn't hear nothing. It always seemed like he was at home by himself. And that could most likely be because obviously he was calling me at the right times, obviously when she was at work, and he just, you know, at home FaceTime and cheating, talking to me. And so I'm like, at this point, I have like this huge, these butterflies in my stomach. I thought I was about to shit on myself and throw up at the same time. Like, that's how bad of an anxiety attack that I was having. So, and at this time, I know exactly what time it was, because I was getting ready to go into a meeting at work. And usually we have our meetings at 8 o'clock. So me and the girl going back and forth, we're talking, and she's basically saying, well, I had no idea about you, because you would pop up on his phone a lot, and I just thought that it was somebody from work. Now, at this time, he had lost his job. And I mean, I don't really mean to put his business out there like that, but y'all don't know who the fuck he is anyway, so whatever. At this time, he had lost his job. And so I'm like, somebody from work? Like, what work? He ain't got no work, bitch. Like, what? He ain't got no work. Or at least that's what he's telling me, he ain't got no work. But like, who lies about getting fired or laid off or whatever? Like, who lies about stuff like that? So she's like, yeah, I just thought you were somebody from work. I didn't know, you know, what it was. And then when you text him this morning and he had left, basically she told me he left his phone at home. I texted him that morning, and I also replied back to a text that a conversation we were having the night prior, because I ended up falling asleep. So when she's seen that I'm replying back to him and there's no text thread, obviously you're gonna hit the person up and be like, who the fuck is this? What the fuck are y'all talking about? Why my nigga don't have, you know, you saved under the right name? I believe he had me stored under like Ash Callie Armstrong or some bullshit like that. I don't remember. But so yeah, so at this point when she's like, oh, he went to the store and he left his phone here. So she ended up being like, well, can I call you? So I'm like, first of all, I don't want to talk to you. Like, I feel like I'm about to shit through my mouth and throw up through my booty hole. Like, I don't want to talk right now. Like, I'm not in the position to be having conversations, because I just might lash the fuck out and get stuck in my words, because that's what I tend to do when I'm having an anxiety attack. I can't talk. I can barely listen, bitch. It's a hot ass mess. So I have my friend talk to the girl. So the girl calls from his phone and they're going back and forth having the conversation. She's basically asking her the same shit that she was asking me through text messages, and she's like, well, how do I know, you know, all of the stuff that you were saying is true? So at this time, him and I had gotten to the point where we were exchanging pictures. Don't judge me, okay? We were exchanging pictures, and I had the proof, bitch. The proof was in the fucking pudding. So I screenshotted the pictures of his penis. Yeah, I said it. I screenshotted the pictures of his penis, all those conversations with him and I, him telling me how much he loved me, him talking about how he lived with his uncle. I had all of those receipts, baby. I had all of those receipts. And I presented them to her, and that was that. So at this point, I'm like, for one, I don't even want to talk to you no more, because, I mean, shit, you're just as oblivious as me. I want to talk to the nigga. So I'm waiting for him to call, waiting for him to text me, waiting for him to do something. I think maybe like an hour goes past. He never calls. So I hop on Twitter, and I'm so thirsty for this. I hit up one of his frat brothers, and I'm like, you need to have your broke ass, bum ass friend call me. And yeah, we need to have this conversation because his bitch is hitting me up. I didn't say that verbatim, but that's how I felt at the time. I wanted to say all of that, but I didn't. And so his friend never hit me back. And so I believe that night, if I'm not, no, it was maybe like 4 or 5 hours later, because I was on lunch at this point. He calls me. He's talking about how sorry he is. He can't believe it went down like that. No, I lied. That nigga still tried to lie. He tried to sit up here and say, that's not true. The bitch is crazy. She went through my phone. She hacked my iCloud. That's how she got into my phone. She broke into my uncle's house. He was going on a whole rampage and still trying to cover up his lie. I'm like, my nigga, I talked to the bitch on the phone. Like, who's gonna do some shit like that? Like, ain't no bitch that crazy. Well, it is bitches out here that's that crazy, but it was no reason for her to do that. Like, I had pretty much just figured it out. Like, that shit was legit. That was his bitch. He was living with the bitch, so he couldn't lie. He couldn't lie no more. So yeah, like, he really tried to lie. He really carried on this whole fucking lie and all of these lies for a long time. And it just, like, it really hurt my heart, because like I said, this is somebody that I have been sharing a lot of things with. This was the first person that I have been talking to right after, you know, I lost my son and things like that. I never thought that I would get as close to I never thought that I would get close to somebody the way that I got close to him so quickly right after all of that stuff happened. And he knew that I had been through a whole bunch of shit. And it's just like, if you know that this shit is still fresh, you know, I mean, and partly it's my fault too, because I shouldn't have been, you know, trying to cope and, you know, talk to other people because I was going through some shit. I shouldn't have did that. I take full responsibility for that. But at the same time, knowing everything that I have been through, why try to put me through some more bullshit? So anywho, so yeah, all that happened. He still tried to lie. He was still hitting me up. He was still calling me, still texting me. I didn't want to talk to him. It was deaded for like maybe 6 months or so. And then this is where the shit gets juicy, okay? This is where the shit gets juicy. Basically, there was a Q convention. I don't want to say a Q convention because it makes it sound like they're objects when they're not. They basically had like some, it was like I don't know, where basically all of the Qs went to Vegas for like a weekend or whatever. It was the same weekend as the porn convention out in Vegas. If you're from Vegas or if you're from LA, then you're pretty familiar with that shit. So yeah, so me being me and a Q lover and a little thought, I decided I wanted to go to Vegas the same time that the Qs went to Vegas. And so I go to Vegas. I I believe he tried to get in touch with me that same weekend because he was letting me know that he was going to be going out there for, you know, their little shindig or whatever. And he's like, oh, I want to see you. So I'm like, fuck you, I don't want to see you. I probably would have like tried to bump into him on purpose, like just to talk shit in his face, but I didn't want him to know that. So anyway, I go out there. I only went out there for a day. And I'm not too far from Vegas, so it was nothing. But I went out there for a day. I went out there with a couple of my friends. We go out there that same night. We meet a couple of guys that were accused. Duh, babe, hello, here, take it. Yeah, we met up with a couple dudes. And I ended up meeting this guy. And what am I gonna call him? I'm gonna call him Daddy because he is Daddy. He's still, even though I don't fuck with him no more, he's still Daddy. And so yeah, I ended up meeting this guy. His name was Daddy. He was real cute. He's a little bit on the chubby slash buff side. He's like your typical Q. Like, y'all know them Qs that's tall. They kind of a mixture between a little chubby and a little buff, but a little skinny at the same time. He was one of those. He had a beard, freshly groomed. He was just real like sexy, and he was from Texas, so he had that accent. Yes, he was from Dallas. And so no, he was not from Dallas. I just lied through my teeth. He was from Houston. So I ended up meeting him. We basically hit it off. He bought me a couple drinks while we were at the club. We exchanged information. We went about our merry way. That next weekend, he shows up in California. I didn't know this. I didn't have no idea that he was going to be on his way out there, but he decided to pop up in LA, hit me up, and is like, hey, I'm in LA, you know, like, what's up, let's link or whatever. So I'm like, all right, bet. And mind you, him and I had been talking ever since he left Vegas. So that was like a whole week. Maybe it was like 2 weeks. I might be dragging it, but it might be 2 weeks, like 2 weeks after all of that stuff happened, because him and I were talking like day and night, day and night, day and night. And so, you know, we started to get to know each other like really, really well. He has his own business in Houston. He's doing really, really well for himself. And, you know, it was just like a huge turn on for me. Like, that was something that I needed to recover from the nigga that tried to fuck me over. So he ended up he ended up hitting me up, and he's like, oh, how was Vegas, did you meet anybody, yada yada yada. So I'm like, yeah, I met somebody. What you gonna do? I met somebody. Yeah. He's like, oh, what's his name? Mind you, he never ended up going to Vegas. Some shit happened. I don't know why he didn't end up going. He didn't end up coming to Vegas. So I never got a chance to see him either, which I wasn't really tripping about. But he's like, oh, who'd you meet? Yada, yada, yada. He's like, what's his name? What he look like? Blah, blah, blah. He was like, oh, I think I know him. Like, it's when, I guess when you're in a fraternity, like, even if you're from different states, you probably do know, like, certain people from different chapters, or I don't know. I'm not about to start lying like I just know what the fuck be going on with the fraternities, because I'm not in a sorority, so I don't know. So yeah, basically when Zaddy came out here, we hit it the fuck off. Like, we hit it off. It was like, it was amazing. I'm like, we're gonna have babies, little brown skin fat babies running around here, okay? And yeah, so he and I shared a moment. I ain't gonna say what we did or whatever, but we shared a moment while he was in LA. And I basically, when Q asked me like what was going on, I basically told him like, yeah, I slept with your frat brother.
Once upon a time not long ago, I was a hoe, and I'm admitting it, I won't take it back, cause I did the shit, I was a hoe.
So yeah, I basically, you know, I had to break the news, and I was just like, yeah, so I slept with your frat brother, we're in a relationship, and yeah, suck on that, and fuck you, and see you never. So yeah, y'all, like, I basically, me and Daddy, we ended up hitting it off. We were in a relationship for a cool like little 6 months or so, and yeah, like things with Daddy, they didn't end bad. but we're not together anymore. Yeah, we just decided we'd be better off as friends, and yeah, like, he's still cool. I still speak to him. As for Q, I actually still talk to Q. I still talk to Q. I still do talk to Q, and yeah, like, actually I'm about to FaceTime him right now. Let's see if he answers. Oops.
What's up?
Hi.
What's going on? You look good.
Where the hell? What you doing?
Cleaning up. What you doing?
I'm recording my video. Hi, baby.
Recording the video.
Guess what I just recorded?
The video about me?
My side chick story time.
Oh, wow. What did you say, dude?
I had to call you because I had to see if you was gonna answer.
You recording me right now?
They can't see you.
They can hear me?
They can hear you.
Oh, nigga, what the fuck, bro?